What do you do when the markets open on Monday? Hello traders, we're back again to see how profitable we can be trading Forex and looking at market moves as they unfold using price action. We were quite profitable yesterday. We were quite profitable last week. We looked at some pairs, and what we found out was price action gave us reasons to look for a pullback. In some cases, we had some pullbacks. In some cases, we weren't triggered. But on the whole, we have remained profitable. We saw the pullback on GBP USD, and we are yet to head lower based on our analysis of last week. The GBP pairs didn't give us any price action going lower. Some of us might attribute it to the news in the market, and based on the time of the year, we're quite early in the year. This is January, quite early in January. I had some quite some political moves in the Middle East area with Iran and the US. But on the whole, markets would give you, based on price action, what it wants to do. Now, without further ado, let's go to what we've been looking at. And I have said, going with what we do when the markets open on Monday, we've looked at quite some things. We looked at support and resistance zones, where the buyers and the sellers do their exchange in the market. We've looked at candlestick patterns, basically the reversal patterns, which tell us where prices are likely to change trend and direction. On the whole, for last week, we tried to put them together and use them for analysis. Now, without further ado, let's go straight to using the same technique to tell what the market is likely to do and how to profit from it. Now, on my screen, I'm looking at the GBP USD pair, and we're looking at the weekly time frame. Here, we can see from where my cursor is, we've had a retest of this highs, although the prices didn't quite get to the high. But on the weekly, we're seeing that we had a week here, similar to that which we had a fortnight ago. And we have a more bearish close. The close is much lower than that of what we had 2 weeks ago. So from my standpoint, I'm looking at going short on the pound dollar. I'm looking at going short. Now, what we have here, based on candlestick patterns, we are seeing an inverted hammer, or we'll call it an evening star, and that's the pattern we've had for 2 weeks running now. So telling us that we have more sellers around here trying to force price downwards. Let's look at the daily and get a clearer picture of how we can benefit from the market. From what I have here, we closed bearish, went back up to retest these highs, and based on trend, what kind of trend can we say we are? We're in a downward trend because we had a lower low and a lower high. We've not closed below this low yet, but if we zoom in and look at what we've done here, we'll see that we've had lower lows and lower highs on a smaller scale, telling us my market is likely to continue bearish. Our analysis for last week, we said we were looking at prices getting to 1.27, 1780 around this area. Maybe room for spread. But market has not quite done that. We had the um, pullback, and we've continued downwards up till here. So what do we do when the market opens on Monday? Well, we can wait and place a 10 pip sell stop below the low of Thursday's candle. The low is at 1.3012. So we can place a 10 pip stop, or let's say 12 pip stop at 1.300, and watch price go down to the next key level of resistance, which is at 1.2765. But normally, I would say you give room for spread, so you can keep your take profit at 1.2780. And if when we take this sell stop here, normally based on managing our risk, we should have a stop loss. You can place the 10 pips stop loss above the high at 1.3135, and see prices go lower. Let's see if we can get a corresponding view on the 4-hour time frame. Now, from what we have here, if we place a small trend line here, we can see prices have somewhat broken the trend line and is likely to head lower. From here, looking at the 4-hour, we can even begin to sell from here, and we'll be taking we can take our first TP around 1.2780, sorry, 1.2980, and watch prices go down gradually. From what we have here is an intraday trend line. The price has broken below this trend line, and most likely will go downwards because it has broken below the support, retested it, and has still closed bearish. So we can even use this to continue lower. We can enter a 10 pip sell stop below the low at 1.3030. We can put up pending at 1.3030 and begin to sell from there. But our sales will be having, of course, price doesn't go down like in a straight line. It will do that in waves, and based on the wavy movement, we might see bounces around here till price gets to 1.2780. That's our next key level of support. Let's go to the next pair, GBP, the pound Canadian dollar. Pound Canadian dollar. Okay. Now quickly, let's look at what we have on the weekly. Based on the weekly, what we had a bearish engulfing a fortnight ago. We're seeing prices retest and didn't close above it. So I believe we still have room to the downside. Our next key level of resistance is at 1.6810. That's the next level of support at 1.6810. Let's zoom in to see how clearer we can do that. Now, if we draw a trend line here, first of all, let's use a channel. A channel to get, let's draw a channel around here. Yeah. our channel here. Based on our channel here, you see that price has somewhat broken the lower end of the channel. Yeah, price has broken the lower end of the channel and it's most likely going downwards. And for this one, we can place our, let's zoom in. Let me see if we can get a better point to start selling from. All right, we can place our sell stop below. The low here is at 1.6984, so we can place a sell stop at 1.6974 and look forward to go to the next key level of resistance at next key level of support, not resistance, please. Just mixing things up. Key level of support at 1.6810. Normally we leave room for spread, so we can leave a 10 pip or 20 pip room for spread before we hit the next key level of support, which we says at 1.6810. Once we break decisively, once we break below the low here, we're going to 1.6810. The next pair I want to look at is the GBP the pound yen. Let's see what we can make out of this market too. The whole moves look similar. Let me remove this here. Now let's look at the weekly quickly. And what we have here is prices tested a support and has gone quite closed higher. Well, not really higher, but in a bullish manner, but it's trapped between two levels. Basically, what we have here, we might have a small retracement and we'll still head higher from GBGPY. Let's look at the daily to get a clearer picture. But what I see from the daily here, we most likely would continue selling because we check the bodies of the candles here. They are getting smaller as they approach this key level, telling us there's little or no momentum again towards the upside. So we can resume our sell if we place a 10 pips sell stop at 142.75 and aim for the next key level of support at 141.20. We leave room for spread. Normally we leave room for spread. So that will be our take as the market opens on Monday. Of course, for those who are subscribed to my signal service, we look at daily closes of price to tell how the week will finally unfold. Let's quickly run to gold. Gold has had a wonderful run this past week. We've seen quite some intrigues, but I wasn't quite intrigued by it because price action kept telling us what to do, which we followed up till now. Now, what we have in the weekly, we have something that looks like an inverted hammer, although looking bullish in nature. What I have there, I would expect price on Monday to try to retest these highs before we look forward to going lower. First of all, if the highs are broken and if we close above this high, then we're going higher. But if we see any form of reversals as price is going towards the high, would look forward to going lower. Now let's quickly zoom in. I'm looking at what price action is giving us. What we have here, we have a spinning top here and a bullish engulfing here. So we might have a small retracement, very small, very small. If it doesn't open with a gap, and we'll go higher. Let's look at the 4 hour to see if we can take a position. Well, if the price doesn't open up with a gap, the high of Friday is at 1562.98. We can place a 10 pips buy stop at 1564 and head for the next level of support of resistance here. Sorry, I just keep mixing these things. It's a resistance here at 1577. We can leave room for spread and take our TP at 1575. But I know once we open above this high, we'll be going higher. And I expect a pullback around here, the reversal around here. We might go higher, but for now, what you can do is place a buy stop at 1564 and take your TP at 1575. Normally, we can put a 10 pips stop loss below this lower at 1556. The next pair will be USD Canadian dollar. Let's look at the weekly. Like for this, like I said, I was expecting a pullback, which it did. We've not continued lower. But from the look of price, we might still continue higher. We might still continue higher based on the weekly. We might still continue higher. I see price retesting the highs. The high is at 1.3104. And price has closed at 1.3049. So could still see price going up a little bit. Yep. Let's zoom in to get a clearer picture. Now, what we have here, we might continue selling, but we aren't sure yet. We might continue selling, we might continue buying. We might have a retracement here, forming a double bottom, then we go higher. Let's look at it from the 4 hours time frame. Okay. What I have here, what we have here, we can place or wait for the retest first of all of these highs. If we see any reversal around here, then we'll go lower, we'll continue lower. We can wait for the retest of this high. Or if for those who are aggressive traders, you could place a buy stop at 1.3075 and aim for 1.3100. That's 25 pips, just 25 pips. Have that and like I said, wait for a reversal. Or if it continues, once it closes above this high, once it closes above 1.3125, we'll be heading higher to the next key level of resistance here, 1.3275. But till we scale this level, we will have to wait. The only thing we can do here right now is just place that small buy stop up to this level and wait for any reversal from there. USD JPY will be my last spot of call for this week. Now let's look at it from weekly level. We've had a very bullish candle here, retesting. We had a wedge pattern formed here. I've not removed the trend lines. Okay, we've retested it. What I see here will be a small pullback if we have to go higher, to be a small pullback, and we'll head higher because we have a very bullish candle here, and looks like, yeah, it's an engulfing, a bullish engulfing, has engulfed how many candles here. So we have a small pullback, and we will buy. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, daily is also giving us reasons to look at believing that pullback to happen before we head higher. But if you want to still wait out to see what's going to happen, we can place a buy stop above the high there and see how high it will go. We can place a buy stop above the high is at 109.689, so we can put a buy stop at 109.80 and look forward to going to the next key level, which is at 110.85. That's the next key level. We have the 110.85, 110.65. So you can place a buy stop above this high. The high is at, like I said, 109.68. We place a buy stop at 109.80 and aim for 110.65. So that will be that for this week. I believe it will be quite profitable. What I do is we look at price action on a daily basis, and that gives us informed reasons to take positions in the market as the days unfold for the week. Basically, price action is what gives us heads up signals on what the market is going to do per time. So, and if you want to be a part of it, the link is at the bottom of this video. I'll put the link there to be able to reach me on Telegram and be a part of the signal service. I also do tutorials. I used to teach people how to use price action to take profitable trades in the market. You can always be profitable using price action. So with that said, that will be that for now. See you in the next video. Bye for now.